How's it going, everybody? It's Young here, and welcome to a Death Stranding analysis. The following information comes from the second Death Stranding trailer, as well as a screenshot of the game's engine that Kojima released a while back. This is something that I noticed some time ago, but I forgot to make a video about it, so I will do that now. So among the biggest topics of discussion regarding Kojima's new title is the possibility that sci-fi physics concepts like futuristic space travel, time travel, black holes, and multiple worlds or dimensions will somehow be involved in the story. Nobody can discern exactly how, but the various physics equations that Kojima has been teasing is sure sign that we will definitely see some crazy shit in that regard. Now, if you thought that the equations weren't evidence enough, check this out. Something that hasn't been talked about much is the fact that if you look very closely at Mads Mikkelsen's gun in the trailer, as well as in this Decima game engine test screenshot, the word black hole can be clearly seen etched on the side here. Is it just me, or does Kojima seem to have a thing for etching obscure clues in weird locations? When the first trailer was released, people quickly discovered physics equations etched on those dog tag-like trinkets hanging from Norman's necklace, equations that were related to things like particles, space-time, and the radius of a black hole. And now it's looking like Kojima has decided to continue this trend in the second trailer by clearly etching the word black hole onto Matt's rifle. What does this all mean, you ask? Well, that's just the question, isn't it? Aside from possible clues on some of the sci-fi elements we can expect from Death Stranding, I'm thinking that we could also be looking at the name of another organization. You may recall that Guillermo's character had a pin labeled Bridges, which can also be spotted in this concept art of Ludens, who Kojima claims to simply be Kojima Productions' mascot, while others are predicting that the man behind Ludens' mask is none other than Norman Reedus. Assuming that Norman's character and Ludens are one and the same, this would mean that Norman's character could somehow be involved with this American organization known as Bridges. So what if opposite to that is Matt's character's involvement with some kind of rival or opposing European organization called Black Hole? What if Black Hole is responsible for the invasion in the second trailer, alongside all the weird supernatural shit that's happening? Also, consider this. We know that Death Stranding's main theme is connection, and we not only see physical manifestations of that through things like the umbilical cord seen throughout the two trailers, but also through things like the name Bridges, which alongside being the name of the fictional organization that Guillermo's character is a part of, is also likely meant to represent the theme of connection. After all, bridges are built to connect two areas or land masses together, allowing safe passage from one side to the other. Then there is black hole. The thing about black holes is that they suck everything in its vicinity. Its pull is so strong that not even light can escape from it. Doesn't this remind you of what Kojima said about the stick and the rope? The stick is meant to keep harmful things away, while the rope is meant to keep valuable things close to you or to pull things towards you. In that sense, one could argue that a black hole is the most powerful rope there is, so powerful not even light can escape. So what I'm trying to get at is that you could argue that both Bridges and Black Hole, in their own way, represent the theme of connections. Bridges keep two things connected, and black holes pull everything together. So there's a parallel there. And yet they're also very opposite in many regards. For one, bridges are physical constructs, while black holes are a force of nature that emanates an immensely strong gravitational field in space. There's also the fact that while they could both be viewed as manifestations of the theme of connection, their overall nature is vastly different. Whereas bridges allow safe passage from one side to another, black holes suck and tear everything in its path into a void of singularity that nothing can escape from. You could say that bridges represent a much more comforting and gentle manifestation of connections, while black holes represent a darker and more vicious manifestation of the theme. On that note, wouldn't you say that this is reminiscent of how connection is represented so differently between Norman's character, who is rumored to be associated with the Bridges organization, and Matt's character, who I'm theorizing may be associated with the Black Hole organization. When it comes to Norman, we see him establishing a gentle connection with his baby, with his umbilical cord being used as a means of keeping his baby close to him. But when it comes to Matt's character, we see him establishing a much more indifferent and aggressive type of connection. Unlike Norman, who is embracing the baby that he is physically and emotionally connected to, Mads is establishing his connections like a puppet master controlling his minions. He clearly has no affection towards the undead soldiers that he is connected to via umbilical cords and is simply using them as a means to an end, for violent ends, I might add. Norman's connection is emotional and genuine, while Matt's connection is heartless and selfish, maybe even cruel, and definitely violent. The former is a father to a son, while the latter is a master to its slaves. It's a stark contrast that is parallel to how bridges represent a gentle physical manifestation of the theme of connections, while black holes represent a darker and more vicious manifestation of the theme. So perhaps this further indicates that Bridges and Black Hole are organizations that Norman and Mads, the protagonist and antagonist, are respectively associated with. Maybe there's a connection there. Obviously, this is all just theory and speculation, so take all this with a grain of salt. I'm honestly just shooting in the dark at this point, but at the very least, we know for a fact that Mads' rifle is labeled with Black Hole, and that's definitely something to keep in mind moving forward. Maybe the meaning behind this etching will reveal itself as Kojima shares new footage and information about the highly anticipated title. But until then, let us know in the comments below your thoughts and theories on what you think the Black Hole etching represents. And to be further updated on all things Death Stranding, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out!